So let's start by you telling us your name, your grad year, and your major.
My name is Juliana Cameron. I am intended to graduate in 2021. My major is business and my minor is community health.
Awesome. So Juliana, you have a few scholarships. So can you tell us what those are?
I have the Esther M. Pierce Scholarship, the Adolph and Phyllis Scharf Scholarship, and the James and Shirley Rippey Foundation Scholarship.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what are your career goals? What's like the big dream after you graduate?
Eventually, I think I want to go into healthcare management. My dad worked in the healthcare field, and I always grew up around it and in hospitals. And so one of my big passions is giving back to other people, and I think that in the healthcare field, there's a lot of opportunities for that.
That's awesome. And rewinding a little bit, when you were in high school and you were looking at colleges, what made you choose Western, and what made you decide to apply for scholarships at Western?
In high school, so I'm a volleyball player, and so that was something that I really wanted to pursue in college, was playing on a team. And so I reached out to the coach, Tommy Gott, and he kind of expressed interest, and so that kind of sparked my interest in coming to WU. And so after that, I kind of like looked into kind of how much it was and like location-wise, and I'm from Washington originally, so it's fairly close to home. And just kind of, it was fairly affordable. And then for applying for scholarships, a few years ago, my dad passed away. And so he was the primary, like, kind of financial support for my family. And so, like, once he passed away, I was really kind of concerned about
how you were going to do
how I was going to pay for school. And so that's the main motivation for applying for the scholarships, and just to take the burden off of my mom to have to feel like she has to find a way to provide for me.
Do you have any other brothers or sisters?
I have one older brother. He just graduated and is currently working in D.C., so it's not exactly a cheap place to live either. So at the time when I was looking at school, he was still in college. So there were two kids going through it, so yeah.
And what have you been able to use your scholarship money for?
I think it's primarily just to pay for tuition and kind of living expenses and all that stuff, just to kind of cover it and help keep, like, out of debt and that kind of stuff, because that was a big concern for me, was I was just terrified of going into debt. And with these scholarships, I've been able to, like, keep myself out of it as much as I can, which is, like, amazing.
So you have 3 scholarships, so that's awesome. What do those mean to you and Mom?
When I first got the message that I had won them, I was just blown away. It just means so, so, so much, because my mom doesn't work, and so she's actually going to go back to school this year. She wants to go into like fundraising management and doing that kind of stuff, so like helping other people. And so it's like it's given her the opportunity to kind of have a little bit of time so that she can figure out what she wants to do as she re-enters the work field, instead of just having to get a random job she doesn't care about. And so it's like given us both the opportunity to like pursue what we're passionate about.
Isn't that interesting? I don't think donors realize that the ripple effect.
Mm-hmm.
So your scholarships have allowed you to dream big, but in a sense, they've allowed mom to dream big again. And
my brother too. He's like living his dream in DC, like working, and
that's
great.
Amazing. So
sit up a little bit more.
There you go.
Thank you.
So how has this scholarship helped you grow as a person, or scholarships, I should say?
I think I've been able to grow as a person because just the incredible generosity of other people has just impacted me, and in that I can choose to like help other people and impact other people with my generosity and
That's
compassion.
Great.
Yeah.
So you have 3 donor-funded scholarships, and if those donors walked through the door right now, what would you say to them? What would you do?
I would just be overwhelmed. I would just thank them over and over and over again, just because it's like indescribable, the opportunity that they've given me.
That's awesome. And last question. So let's imagine that there's, there was a ton of freshmen the first day fall term. They don't know what to expect. They're nervous, and they're essentially trying Western for the first time. What would you tell them to expect?
To expect out of the school? I think that they will get out of it what they put into it. So if you go out there and just be yourself and find a bunch of people that you really connect with, then you're going to have just an amazing time here and enjoy every minute. But you have to push yourself, and you can't just settle for being alone or anything like that. Like, if you like want a great time, you can definitely have it.
Yeah. And what has playing volleyball at Western meant to you?
It's meant so much. I've played since I was in 6th grade. It's just been like an everyday part of my life, just for as long as I can remember, and just having the opportunity to continue to play has just been amazing.
So Juliana, you've been here a while now. You're a sophomore, so you've tried a couple classes and had a few professors. Which so far is your favorite professor, and why?
I'd say my favorite professor is Ryan Hickerson. He is an honors philosophy teacher, and I had him for 2 terms, and he just really made the class super engaging with all the reading and everything, and just every day I went to class, he was always funny and gave these awesome lectures, and it was just so fun to be in class.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Juliana, for your time.